Hey everyone, welcome to my butterfly garden. Let's go walk through. Wait till you see all the butterflies in December in my Florida garden. It's incredible. This is Tithonia, and it's an annual, grows very easily from seed, and it is a butterfly magnet. And I have another one down there, and there's a monarch on it right now. Golf fritillaries have been out and about. Monarchs, zebra longwings, long-tailed skippers. It's December. And it's a beautiful day. So I'm just going to stand here for a minute and just let you see all the activity. And you guys, I have missed vlogging so much, where I'm just out here chatting with you. I've been making some what you would call our evergreen videos, where they're videos like that people would search for to find information, just to get some more information out there and make it easier to find and access if you were searching for information about a topic. Like last weekend's video was about giant milkweed. But my favorite videos to make are where I just turn on the camera and bring you along, and we chat and we look at butterflies, and no worries, those aren't going away. But it's just been kind of quiet in the garden, and we've had like 2 long patches of gray skies and cool weather, and there just wasn't a lot going on. And I was at a point where I kind of thought like my butterfly season was over, but no, it's not over. I mean, look at this. I'm almost speechless. It just, it brings me such joy, and I am thrilled to share it with you guys. I wish you were all with me sitting here in my garden and we could visit and talk about all these butterflies. But it's just me talking to future you. So I'm like trying to do these things to help my channel grow a little bit more. And I watch all these videos, you know, how to make better videos. And I did find some better editing, so you'll probably see a little bit better editing, hopefully. But really what I want my videos to be are me hanging around with you guys in my garden and just letting you see what I'm up to, who's in the Lepidarium, what's going on with the butterflies, and then just me chatting and talking about you know, what I'm doing, what I'm planting, what's growing, what's going on. So one of the things it says is like the first 30 seconds, like that's when people decide whether they're going to keep watching your video or not. So I gotta make my first 30 seconds more exciting. Because I know you guys, like my tried and true subscribers, you're going to watch my video no matter how horrible I start off. So anyway, that's where we're going, and that's what I've been up to. Okay, here we are again. You guys are going to watch butterflies, and I'm going to chat. So I want to update you guys on the organza bags that I use to collect seeds. Some of the plants they worked on and some did not. The Mexican sunflowers, they were terrible for. I think it kind of has to do with the multiple days of gray sky and rain that we had. The seeds actually kind of got moldy, mildewy inside the organza bag. Like they didn't get to dry out. So they weren't viable. Like they didn't even really form all the way. But the little seeds like the bushmint and the narrow leaf sunflower, those did great. So guess I'll just have to figure out, you know, what plants it worked for, what it didn't. Fortunately, I have tons of Tithonia or Mexican sunflower, and they're really easy to collect seeds from, but even still, the seeds are really cheap to buy, like on Amazon. So I'm not super concerned about it, but I wanted to let you guys know that. So if you were trying the same thing, it did not work well for me, and I just wanted you to be aware of that. And again, like the organza bags, back when I used them for protecting caterpillars, that didn't work out so well either, because things still got through to them through the bags, and I just started taking them in again. And now I have the Lepidarium, and I'm just going full steam ahead with that. Speaking of that, let's go in and check it out and see who's in there. All right, so here we are in the Lepidarium, and I've got a lot of Gulf fritillary babies, like a lot. I still am finding them regularly in my garden, and I just bring them in and plop them in on the cuttings of the Maypop passiflora incense. Look at, here's a tiny baby going up the stem. Look how cute. So I did find some eggs the other day that looked like zebra longwing, but I don't think any of them hatched. Hang on. Here they are. I'm still waiting to see if these are going to be viable. I hope they are, though. And then look at this adorableness right here. Hello. Are my northern viewers, you guys missing these guys? There's a baby queen and a monarch sharing a giant milkweed leaf. And then on the back of this leaf, you can see is another monarch. I only have 3 monarchs right now. Here's the other one, and you can see how dark their bands are, because when it gets cooler, their bands get darker. It helps them retain heat and stay warmer. And I do have to share that this morning I had a monarchy close that had OE. It was bad. It was sad. It couldn't even get out of its chrysalis. So even using the giant milkweed cuttings and washing them well, you know, you can do what you can, but OE is still going to be a thing. And then look at all of these guys. These are all zebra longwing chrysalides. They're so cute. I cannot wait to see them. And let me show you something else funny. Okay, so this is this basket that I have all my overwintering swallowtails on. Well, the zebra longwings decided that they wanted to pupate on here, but what they did is they picked bars that were hanging down, and when they drop their wings, like this bar below will, I feel like, interfere. So I took the whole thing and I've got it angled back. So I've got it angled back so that they're hanging back. So when they close and drop down, they'll have space and they won't be hitting this bar. The things I do for these guys. They just have no idea, huh? And then I put some dowels up here because I thought, well, maybe they'll like pupating on the wood, and they do. I've got a Gulf fritillary here, and I've got 2 queens here. So I put up a few more dowels on the other end too, because that's like a stem. They like to pupate on wood. So, you know, I want to make them feel as comfortable as possible. Look at these happy little munchers. And let me tell you, I've said it before, I'll say it again right here while we're looking at them. These are so easy to raise. Everybody's all about raising the monarchs, but if you just love having butterflies in your garden and Gulf fritillaries are native to your area, raise them. They do not have the OE issue. The maypop comes up all over my garden. I am never worried about not having enough food for them. They're beautiful butterflies and they're nice to each other. Where the monarchs, those monarch males, they're mean. They bully each other and the other butterflies and try and chase them out. And, you know you hear me sassing the monarchs, but I do love them. But I'm just suggesting everybody's all about raising monarchs. There are other options that are so much easier. And they'll get you a lot of butterflies flying in your garden. If you watched my video on giant milkweed, the stem in the dirt, it did not work. Not at all. So I ended up cutting the leaves off that stem and putting them in little tubes. The stem in the dirt will root, but you have to take most of the leaves off. The moisture it gets from the soil is not enough to sustain these giant leaves. So the stems in water do better. I was just trying to take a shortcut. I also, on this one, this is just a leaf. The leaves are real close to the stem branch, so I actually cut up the leaf a bit. You can see there how I cut up so that there's enough stem to push down so it can actually get into the water. So that method works if you just want to take a leaf. But I like taking the stems because then I can just stick the stem in the soil and get another plant. Oh, and this situation is still going on too. But I really do think that this little Gulf fritillary guy here will eclose before the two swallowtails. And I think it's because they wanted to be on a stem and they see the other chrysalis and see it as a tree stem because that's what it looks like, which is what inspired me to try the dowels, which is why my channel is called Butterfly Gardening Inspirations, because I'm always trying something new and sharing with you what I learn and what works and what doesn't. Oh, and another cool thing, guess what? Joyful Butterfly, who I love, who I have an affiliate link for below in the description. So if you want to buy anything from there, I'd love it if you use my link. They reached out to me because they have a new plant that they're wanting to carry and try and sell, but they wanted to see how it shipped. So they asked me if they could send me one, and then I could give them feedback as to how it ships and how it transplants. So I'm in the process of doing that. I just received the plant, and it is the turkey tangle frog fruit. And you know, I already have some of that in my garden, but I think it's fabulous that you're going to be able to get it from Joyful Butterfly now too. Hopefully it'll work out. The plants are gorgeous. So they're still in their, you know, after you let them, there's a butterfly, easily distracted by butterflies. I have them out doing they have to sit like a couple of days and get acclimated to the Florida weather before I transplant them. I think I'm going to put them in a pot though. Anyway, I'll let you know how that goes. But easily distracted by butterflies, that reminds me too, I made some new merch. And it's like there should be a bar like under the video, and I made a shirt that says easily distracted by butterflies, and I made another one too. I can't remember what it says though, but you can see, go look and see what it says. Anyway, I just want you to know that was there. And okay, let's move on to something else. Pure gorgeousness. I hope the ones that I have in the Lepidarium come out as healthy and beautiful as this butterfly. Here in my wetland garden, I cut back my Elliot's aster. Look, I cut it way down. It had all gone to seed, so it was all seed. You know how it looks like all fuzzy, like dead flower seeds? And it just wasn't pretty right smack in the middle of the garden. So I collected a bunch of seeds from it, and then I shook it. I wish I had the video, because you guys, all the seeds went flying that way, and it was like snow. It was so incredible, and there was me not filming it. So just imagine what that would have been like. My sleepy hibiscus is all still like pushing out flowers and blooms, and so I want all of its green beauty to be in the spotlight now that the Elliot's aster has done its show, and the narrow-leaf sunflower, which is right here, is done with its show. But what also is still blooming is the climbing aster. And some of it started to go to seed, so I've collected some seeds from this too. But a lot of it's still blooming. You can see it all winding through. The giant milkweeds are doing great. The little balloon milkweed seedlings I planted in here, not so much. I think it's more because my dogs ran over them, because they run through here. Like, well, you've seen what they act like. But I'm hoping, yeah, there's one, look. There's one left right there, but I don't know if it's gonna make it. But what's funny is, like, the dormancy of swamp milkweed. This one back here is going dormant. You can see it's turning yellow. This one's going dormant. This one's pushing out new growth. And so is this one. It's crazy. It's like, what are you wanting to do? So we're just going to keep watching. And then you can see I put this pot here to keep the dogs from running through this spot, so this little guy cannot get tromped. It was already bent over once by them. But you can see this one's totally dormant, and that one's totally dormant, but this one's coming back. So who knows? Who knows? Look at all my little baby giant milkweed stems I just stuck in this pot coming up. Oh, and my little tree that I made into a tree again. It's got some growth at the base. I have to go trim all that off. But it's still looking tree-like. And my sweet almond is just blooming up a storm still. And look at this. Remember how murky green it was? Well, it has definitely cleared up. And I just saw a tadpole swimming around in there. Of course, now that I'm shooting the camera in, they're going to be hidden or hiding. But that's pretty cool how it's sustaining itself. And how much the plant roots have filtered the water. That's another thing I want to tell you all about. On my Instagram, I shared it was just a piece of content that talked about native plants instead of having a lawn. Because lawn roots are like this deep. And native plant roots go way down, and they help filter the stormwater runoff. And grass doesn't do that. Grass just lets it roll off, and it doesn't filter any of the potential toxins out of it. So my whole backyard, full of native and some non-native, but just full of plants and not grass, is doing so much more for the water in our community than neighbors that have nothing but grass and are constantly applying fertilizer and all that sort of thing to it. They're just making it worse. So get rid of the lawn. I've said it before. I'm going to go down that side yard. I'm going to go down that side yard. It's going to be a meadow or something. The garden is going to expand. Here's a view from in the treehouse. You can see all the fluttering. And here's the turkey tangle frog fruit Joyful Butterfly sent to me. It came beautifully, it shipped beautifully, so we shall see. I'm going to go on their site and see what they have available. Sometimes they stop shipping in the off season, but maybe they still have some plants. I'm going to go look. Hey, yeah, look what's happening right now. This is a zebra longwing, and it is just now eclosing from its chrysalis, raised in the Lepidarium. It's slowly working on pumping the fluid from its abdomen into its wings to fill them out, and it needs to be hanging down. This is one of the ones that I leaned the basket back for. Imagine if it had been hanging down where it was right over that lower bar. It might have interfered with its wing formation. All right, we'll come back and check on this one in a little bit. All right, it's a few minutes later, and look at the progress we have made. Beautiful butterfly. I absolutely love being a part of helping make sure that more of these guys get out into the world. I'm not raising tons and tons of them, just enough to have some in my garden. You can see it's still working on straightening out its wings, figuring out how everything works. Look at it tapping its little legs. Oh my goodness. Hey y'all, good morning. It is Saturday morning and this video is going up today. Like this afternoon, you're gonna be watching this. And the reason why I am last minute filming is because I want to show you this. I want you to see the final product of that gorgeous zebra longwing. I'm not going to release it yet because it's still early. None of the other butterflies are out yet. That I wanted you to see how absolutely perfect it is. And now I'm gonna go add this clip and get this video uploaded. I'll see y'all real soon.